There's 1,000 videos on how to be more disciplined, but this is going to be the only one that you need. No one is addressing the root of the issue, right? No one is really recognizing that discipline is the fruit of identity. It's not the foundation, right? So it doesn't matter if you buy the planners. It doesn't matter how many to-do lists you make. It doesn't matter how many apps you download to keep you on track. It doesn't matter how many times you set that goal. If the things that you want to be disciplined at is not in alignment with your current identity, then you will continue to mess up. You will continue to not keep your word to yourself. So the answer here is, who do I need to become? Who do I need to be in order to be consistent at this thing, in order to be disciplined and do the things that I say that I want to do and create the life that I say I want to have? And that's what we're going to talk about today. So be very aware that your identity is controlling your actions. That's why I always tell my clients, like, one of the first things we work on is, let's look at your goals, right? And we're not going to think about what you need to do to get there as in like the steps. What we actually look at first is, well, who do you need to become? Because once you know who you need to become, the how comes about so much easier. Okay, when I decided I wanted to be an entrepreneur, guess what I did, y'all? I figured out, who the hell do I need to become? Like, what type of woman is a successful entrepreneur? So I studied people like Oprah Winfrey, people like Lisa Nichols, people that I see on YouTube that have succeeded and created businesses, that have created brands. And I learned what they do on a daily. I learned how they think. I joined groups. I invested in a coach. I did all these things because I wanted to see, how does the mind of a successful woman work? Because that is who I need to become, and that is how I need to show up every day, right? The actions that she would take, the things that she would think. And that's how my morning routine was born, because I noticed most successful people, they are very productive in the morning. So I became very productive in the morning. Most successful people don't allow the negative thoughts to overpower the good ones, right? So I became someone who, I started to pay more attention to the positive thoughts, right? I started to pay more attention to what I have rather than what I lacked. I started to become someone who always had a solution for everything. And all I did was, I told my brain that this is who I am now. I am the type of person who can come up with a solution for everything. I am the type of person who can get up early. I am the type of person who will succeed at this. I'm not going to make quitting an option. And if quitting is not an option, then the only other thing that I can do is figure it out. That's all I did. And that's all you have to do. The thing that you want to do, the life that you want to create, look at the people who are living that life, who are having those experiences, those relationships that you want to have, and ask yourself, who are these people really? And who do I have to become? And then, as much as you can, as closely as you can, you just have to mimic. Okay, I think this is where the fake it till you make it thing kind of comes in. It worked for me, and I think it can work for you too. Even if you don't feel it in your bones that this is who you are, slowly but surely start to take action as if you are that person. Play pretend, play dress up. Like when you were a kid and you decided that you were a princess, nobody can convince you that that's not what you were. Bring back that imagination, okay? Bring back that childlike wonder. It's gonna make it feel like less of a challenge. Like when you actually believe that you are that person, like me, I actually believe that I am someone who works out. Like, it's my lifestyle. So even though there are mornings where I still don't feel like getting up, I do it anyways, right? It's easier to get past the discomfort when you already believe that this is who I am. This is what I do. I do hard things. Like, I can do this. When you think like that, you move different, okay? You move like that. People who believe move completely different than the ones that don't. And those are the people that succeed. The ones who are willing to push past the discomfort, the ones who are willing to change their identity, those are the people that succeed. Those are the people that are experiencing the things that you want to experience. The last important thing that I want you to remember, who you think you are is just a story. You go through life and people tell you things about yourself. Your family has told you things about yourself. You have told yourself things about yourself. And then it just becomes where you start to believe that, well, this is just who I am. Like, I've always been this way. I'm someone who just does these things. Like, especially if it's something that your family has told you your whole life. A lot of the times, the people around us, they will keep us in a box. They know you. They've known you for years. So when you start to change and you start to show up as this new person, they are going to be there to consistently remind you of who you actually are. And this is where, like, you have to be willing to fight for that new version of you. You have to be willing to consistently commit to being this new woman, this new person, because you know that this new identity is going to create the life that you want, even if they don't understand it. You cannot allow anyone to pull you back into being someone that you know no longer serves you anymore. Like, any habits that you have that don't serve you, You deserve to change them. You cannot let it just be who you are, because when who you are isn't serving what you want, it is time to change. You have to change. Otherwise, actually, I take that back. You don't have to change. It's up to you. But know that your identity and your external reality are just mirrors of one another. So whatever you see on the outside is exactly who you are being on the inside. It's exactly who you are, because this version of you created this reality. Whatever you feel is limiting you, whatever you feel opportunities you have or don't have, this version of you is the reason why you currently exist in this reality, because it took you as far as it could go. And that's why you keep living the same year over and over. So when you say, I want change, I want to start this business, I want to do these new things, I want to change my life. Start with changing yourself, right? Change your identity. Because if you become someone who feels like nothing can stop you, you start to create a life that reflects that, right? Your external reality starts to reflect that. The people around you will either grow to meet you where you're at, or they'll fall away because they were never meant to experience this new version of you. So get excited, because that's what you have to gain when you decide to change and then you actually do it. You have everything to gain, and anything that you do lose was never meant to be kept in the first place. So when discipline is hard, guys, and I get it, listen, it is hard. There are still habits that I'm trying to pick up. There are still things that I want to change and I want to do. Like, I've been trying to be more consistent at reading before bed, and some weeks I'm good at it and some weeks I'm not. So I get it. But it all comes with me having an identity shift. Right now, I just see myself as someone who's trying to read. I haven't quite yet made that shift into someone who is a reader. Like, I do read every night, because I promise you, if I take on that identity of someone who does read every night, it will become so much easier for me to pick up that book. It will become so much easier for me to say, hold on, before I go to bed, I have to read a few pages. So trust me when I say that I know that discipline is hard. So it's not you. It's just that we have to have this identity shift. Okay, we have to grow into this version of ourselves, and once we do that, it becomes easier to take the action and to do the things that we say we want, especially when we know that they'll make our lives better. So again, focus on who do you need to become, and then let your actions flow from that identity, because that version of you is more than ready, more than willing, more than capable of creating everything that you say you want. This is exactly the kind of work that we do in my new program, Rewire. So ladies, if you want to join, if you want a community, if you want help to literally rewire your brain and to create the things that you say you want out of life, go ahead and click that link in my description box and add your name to the wait list. That's it for today. I hope this was helpful. Make sure that you subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if any of this resonated with you. Let me know if you've been struggling with discipline, and if you've ever thought about, well, wait a minute, maybe it's my identity that's the issue, right? Maybe it's not just that I'm struggling, it's also that I'm just not becoming the woman who is disciplined. Okay, let me know what you think. I will see you guys on the next one.